Hi guys, it's Ben from TX Space Station. How's everyone doing? It's time for another shaky camera vlog. Kind of been aware that I've not actually done a video for a few weeks now, and I thought it would be a good idea to sort of explain where I've been and what I've been doing. Kind of let you guys know why. So on Monday and Tuesday of last week, I had some pretty grueling exams. It was 2 days of exams, 4 exams in total, and they're about 3 hours each. And I really put a lot of work into them. You know, a good 3 months of revision to do them, and it left me completely exhausted. It's a really weird feeling because you build up and you revise and you basically spend 3 months going into it, and then when it finishes you just kind of have this anticlimax feeling where you're just like, oh, I'm so tired, and you just go on to normal life. And literally the day after the exam I then moved on to a new job, so it was like I've had absolutely no let up and I'm just completely tired and I feel shattered and I want to go to bed. And so I've not really been thinking about doing too many YouTube videos, though I did manage to squeeze out that Shinobi review kind of in the middle of all the revision. And to be honest with you, I wanted a break. It was quite a nice little break just to do that in there. And sometimes I do find that when I'm right in the middle of work, getting all that logical side of the brain working, I have this creative burst where I just want to go and do something else, and I just blasted through that Shinobi review in a day. So there are some creative benefits to it, but for the most part I've just been very tired and like need to get back to normal life now, really. So yeah, it's just been a weekend of relaxing and playing a few video games, but not doing any YouTube videos, to be honest with you. There are a couple of things that I've been thinking about though. Once I finished the exam, I kind of had this feeling that I wanted to make an impulse purchase. I don't know if you guys ever get that, but it's like you've worked so hard and you kind of feel like, well, I deserve a treat. I'm going to go blow like 300 quid on something. And it's like this impulse feeling that comes on. And the thing that I was thinking about was getting a PS4, so I could play No Man's Sky. And I ummed and ahed about it, and I very nearly did it, but in the end I held back because, well, I'm obviously getting a bit of self-control in my age. I don't know about that. But it kind of got me thinking that that sort of impulsiveness it's not a good idea, and I've kind of learned over the years to sort of try and control it. What I have to objectively try and do is think, do I really need another console? Do I actually need a next gen console? And what are the games that I would want to play? Fallout 4. Okay, well, have you ever played Fallout 3? The answer is no. No Man's Sky, yeah, it looks good, but actually a lot of the reviews have said that it's not all that good, and it's quite superficial, and it's not as good as it was hyped up to be. And so instead of getting dragged along in the hype train there, it's kind of made me stop and think, like, am I using my money wisely? And I've been watching a few videos about like whether PC or console gaming is your thing, and Dave Longboy's post made some very good points about consoles. And one of the things that he was saying was that, yeah, he kind of looks at some of the consoles that he already has, and they look good. I mean, I've got to be honest, the Xbox 360, to me, it still looks like a good system. I don't look at that and think, oh, this looks crappy and dated. To me, it still looks really sharp and really crisp. And I've never really been that person who wants to be right on the sort of tip of the pinnacle of graphics. Those people who want to have 4K graphics or want to have VR headsets and all that stuff. I've always been like a good 5 or even 10 years behind the hype. It just doesn't excite me that much, or my attention just comes around to it slowly. But kind of what I was thinking, like, is it a responsible use of my money and my time to go and buy yet another system when I've got a huge backlog of games on my Xbox 360 and my Wii that I've not played? The answer is no. Like, I'm not going to get any more enjoyment out of new games than I am the ones I've already bought. And the sensible thing is just to stay put and stick tight, and ignore that kind of part of your brain that makes you want to make a load of impulsive purchases, which absolutely all of us will have. Like, yeah, there isn't one of us that won't have that feeling as gamers. But I think I'm getting better at recognizing it now and sort of trying to resist that urge to just buy a load of stuff. So I'm going to sit tight. I started playing Fallout 3, which I know I'm very late to the party with. But this is the whole point. It's like, what's the point in me getting a new system when I'm late to the party with all of these revolutionary games that people absolutely raved about on the old ones? Like, better to clear the backlog, find out where I'm up to, and then go from there a little bit later on. So yeah, no, I'm just going to sit tight, keep going as I am. Obviously, I play lots of Steam indie games and stuff on my Mac, but there we are. Now, Now, one of the other things that I wanted to put my 2 pence in about is this crazy YouTube censorship rubbish that's now sort of coming out. I'm sure all you guys are aware, but basically for people who have sponsored videos, a lot of the sort of advertisers and the sponsorship companies um, are sort of, well, they're part of this new YouTube regulation where essentially a lot of advice is being given about what you can and can't have on your videos if they want to be monetized and if they want to be advertiser friendly. And the list reads like something out of 1984. It's like I actually couldn't believe that this is a modern day. Um, this is the modern day, and these kind of criteria are so restrictive and so unbelievable. To be honest with you, one of the things that YouTube is most powerful at doing is sort of giving the power to the people, so that essentially anybody can say what they want to, and they can put their little world out there into a big audience. And that's really useful. That's freedom of information. That's 3/4. That's part of what makes it such a powerful thing. Yes, it's very nice having lovely, rounded, polished reviews that don't say anything offensive, but the thing about life is that bits of it are offensive, bits of it are not child friendly, bits of it are rough around the edges. And that's the YouTube that I want. I want to see what people's lives are actually like, not some kind of weird, sickly icing on the cake version that YouTube censored and made completely inoffensive, but also completely lacking impact or influence then. You know, certain subjects need to be talked about. I saw that YouTube was banning anything to do with suicide. That cannot be monetized. But why? I mean, these are things that we have to speak out about. These are things that are important to talk about. You cannot just squash everything and say, I'm sorry, but things about war or things with swearing in, they're not advertiser friendly, you better clean it up. Well, that is just not the world that we live in. And why the hell can't we just have, some better moderation? I mean, there are a lot of people who watch YouTube are adults, they're not kids. And there already is a lot of, parental advisory thing on there and age restriction. Like, come on, guys, get in the real world. I just find it so bizarre. And I know that some of the big channels, Boogie2988 and stuff, have been really worrying about what's going to happen to their money. I don't have any problem with people making money off YouTube. There are some channels that are clearly full-time and are a job to people. And, financial uncertainty because of more of YouTube's ridiculous whims. I just think it's crazy, man. It's just another example of how YouTube has not got it together, about how it completely misses the angle on so many things. And it's just like, dude, sort your shit out, man. Anyway, I could rant on about that for a long time, but I just wanted to say hi. I'm alive. I'm tired, but I'm still around, and I'm going to get on with doing some more regular videos once I've kind of recovered from this blip of energy. But take care, guys, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye.